I'm not one to get emotional, but let me say this. Do you know what the only thing I missed more than androids and aliens was?
Christmas.
Nope. Having Friday nights off.
Oh. That's like
was
a weekly Christmas.
That's what we call it around the LaValle household. Weekly Christmas. Now weekly Christmas is canceled. It
always cracks me up
through this.
It always cracks me up with someone who's never had a real day job in his life.
Here we go.
Like, I really miss my Friday nights off. Like, you have off every day of the week.
I'm with the gentleman right
work
beneath
to get to that
me.
position.
Right beneath me. I agree with him.
You know what I call Fridays when we have recordings? I call them my weekly Christmas because you guys are all a gift to me and I love to be with you.
See, that's the attitude.
See, Troy? Now that's how you start an episode.
I don't trust anybody underwater. There's no oxygen going to her brain.
Now, to be fair, Troy was a bartender, so his Friday nights were probably the worst night of the week.
The worst.
Yeah.
They started at 2 p.m. and ended at 6 the next morning.
I don't know. That bar, I could not have survived. I didn't even like going into that bar. I can't imagine like working there for years.
For years, Skip. Years. I mean, the way that he looked at Saturday morning Central Park softball at like 9:45 a.m.
On
after
a solid 90
after
minutes
he
of
had
sleep.
gotten home at 7:15 from bartending all night, he would just be like so washed out and like just like circles around his eyes. I mean, just brutal schedule, man. Bartending.
I'm
Brutal.
now fondly remembering you showing up to like games or events or gatherings with pudding shots that you had made at work.
Oh yeah, spring back. No, those are like Christmas party pudding shots. I'd make like 90 of them, and then I'd be passing them out at the party. And then for months afterwards, I was like, pudding shot. Brought some pudding shots.
Months.
But God, those softball days of bartending and getting home around 7, sleeping for, if I was lucky to get 90 minutes of sleep, and then showing up at the game and just like, all right, let's go. First inning, drinking immediately and going right back, and then sleeping and going right back to work.
Oh, and by the way,
I would die if I tried to do that.
Just crushing it at shortstop. Never an error. Never an overthrow.
Nothing got by me. They call me Scoops.
Scoops Valley. Scoops. And then we go to the bar afterwards, and it would be 2 or 3 hours into that, and we'd be having a great time. And then you just look over at a certain point, and there'd be Troy just.
That still happens.
Sound asleep.
Famously, at PaizoCon every year, Troy falls asleep in the middle of the key event.
The Scotch party. But right around Scotch 4, LaValle's out.
Part and parcel with that is also Troy's total reluctance to get into a chair that does not swivel. And his posture just gets better from week to week. He started this episode like...
Well, before we started recording, you were like, is that your frame? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I like being comfortable. At least I'm wearing jeans. If I had it my way, I'd still be wearing sweatpants every day, especially during a pandemic.
Wait, you chose the pandemic to start wearing jeans every day?
I got to get out of my pajamas, Matthew. I feel like I can't start my day. I live in a neighborhood now. I can't just walk around and... So yeah, I could walk around in sweatpants.
I have traveled with you like across the country where you're wearing sweatpants.
I like to travel in comfort, okay? I'm not like one of those people. You know, the old days, it was like you wear a suit jacket when you fly. You look professional. Yeah. I wear a tracksuit jacket instead. Anyways, Ellie, how do you fly on your 19-hour flights back to Sweden?
I kind of look like this. Look like a BBC reporter, but
yeah, you do. That's exactly what you look like.
You look like you're doing a remote.
Yeah, Ellie. So what's going on?
I am in Sweden. Yep.
Oh, okay.
You do have kind of a Megyn Kelly cut right now.
Oh. No, take that back.
No, that's what it is. If you didn't have an accent, Fox News would hire you in a second.
Are you saying like Charlize Theron as Megyn Kelly in Bombshell?
That's a compliment.
Wow.
That one did it. That one did it, Troy. You got her.
Is she laughing or crying?
Get me. I'm just sitting here thinking like, oh no. Oh man. How do I come back from that? How do I come back? There's nothing I can say. Like, it's going to be so filthy and mean, but he's never going to get. So my New Year's resolution, or rather my New Year for Androids and Aliens resolution, starting today, is that I'm not going to lower myself to Troy's level.
Oh.
And so I'm going to go, beyond. But the thing is, I don't know. Like a part of me wants to just
difficult.
Yeah, a part of me just wants to, drive home to him and set him on fire and watch it.
It's tough. It's tough balancing those two feelings.
You see,
one to take the high road and arson.
This is where you and I think, get along so well. Is just disproportional anger.
Oh yeah.
Just doesn't quite fit the circumstance. Just a little arson is just a tad too much. But I understand where it comes from.
Yeah. This hatred, this unbelievable hatred. But yeah,
Guys, remember like 5 minutes ago when I was like, you're all a gift. I love you all. The energy has shifted.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Sydney. You tried.
Please
Troy has a talent for that.
I've been quiet for the first 10 minutes because I was just like, oh man, what have I missed? Outside of Androids and Aliens. And I can't believe he couldn't come up with anything that was nice. And then it's Friday, dumb Friday nights. And then he's complaining for like 20 minutes about his job, as if bartending is a hard job. I was a bartender. I was a bartender in London at 18. Okay,
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm getting on
I will say, bartending is tough. And I do remember walking home at like 3 a.m. too, and you see like people loading out the newspapers for buildings, like the huge stacks of newspapers, and you're like, fuck. I wish I was in bed. This sucks.
Oh, yeah.
The smell of fresh bagels being brought into the restaurants.
Oh, man.
I couldn't reach the bar, but I was still behind it. And
Ellie, maybe it was easy for you because nobody could see that you were there, so nobody bothered you about getting shots and shit every 5 minutes because they were like, the bartender's not behind the bar.
That's
In
true.
my day, the bar was 10 feet tall.
And you used a ladder to climb up.
You had to really want that shot.
Let me ask you guys, did you, I said towards the beginning of last week that somewhere in the episode you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that you're like slipping into an old pair of pants. Did you feel it? And if so, when? And it's fine if you didn't feel it yet. It might take a couple of weeks. Did you feel it? I feel like Joe... I don't want to speak for you, but when I said roll for initiative, I felt like I got O'Brien. He got jazzed up when the bullet came flying at you.
No, it wasn't quite that. I did feel it though, and it was more so. I can't pinpoint it now. It's been a minute, but I would say it was probably 40 or so minutes in. Maybe it was more like 30 minutes in. I think that there was a little rust at the very beginning, and then there was some jokes that were just that I thought were so funny of everybody like bantering, you know what I mean? And I was like, all right, okay, this is it. We're getting it back. It felt really good to get that, because that vibe I don't think exists in any of our other shows. And it's the thing that I miss about Androids the most, is just like the banter on this show, I think, is elevated beyond anything else that we do. It's so funny to me. And I think it was there last week. I think it was there.
And then you lost it the minute David updated you on the errata.
And that was
We've spoken multiple times this week about the David solution, which for me was he's no longer on the show.
Oh, what? But
That was the moment for me where I felt it when when Joe suddenly was incredibly furious. I was like, there it is.
There it is.
It was my highlight too, though, but it was doing my job and rotting a feed on the air, but apparently it's really working against me.
I couldn't help but think of L.A. Confidential, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. And you were taking the Guy Pearce role. And all I could help thinking was like, what's his name? I forget the actor's name who plays like the chief. And he's just like...
James Cromwell.
James Cromwell. And he's like, are you prepared to be hated within the department? Like, that's all I can make. It's just like, man, when you do your job well, you make everyone miserable.
It's just it's like if you're in the middle of a baseball game and you get a solid hit and you're rounding second and somebody shouts out from the stands. It's like, oh, there's a new rule. If you don't salute the shortstop when you're rounding second, the run doesn't count. Like, what? And you're tagged out.
And then you get tagged out.
Except that guy in the stands.
And the guy in the stands, Rob Manfred.
Oh man, no, I do greatly appreciate your knowledge of errata, because it's just not something that I tend to dig into. I've done a little bit of digging with 2E, but not with Starfinder ever. We did do a little with Starship Combat because that was broken. And
Heavily
they
errata.
fixed some stuff. Yeah. But man, that one is still frustrating to me, and I didn't want to mess with it in the same combat. But man,
I got excited. What could I say? I couldn't wait.
Yeah, no. I get it. I'm just frustrated by it because I'm like, I don't even know if I would take it. It's such a huge drop off. So
it's a massive hit on that feed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rethink this whole thing.
That's what we're training.
Maybe I'll just kill Dax. Maybe I'll just have him jump out of an airlock.
It's still a pretty sweet feat, but I mean, it is nowhere what you originally thought it was. Any DR8 against slashing that's nothing to shake a laser gun at.
This is the thing that I try to do with feats, though. It's like I try to avoid feats that are so hyper specific that only ever work if there is randomly this one situation that the GM puts in front of you. And so that is what that becomes.
Slashing weapon? Yeah, but I hear you.
Well, in Starfinder, yeah. I mean, Pathfinder, no. That would be awesome. DR8 slashing in Pathfinder, that's phenomenal. And I know, and I thought a lot about what Matthew said about piercing and everything. And the reason I went slashing is because I do have a melee weapon. I could get into a lot of melee combats and stuff in the future. It's very feasible that this is a more routine thing. But yeah, I just don't know. I mean, what a huge drop off. It's like a 30% effectiveness the feat got dropped to. Not like 80%, like 30%.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still
tough.
very excited, though, for your character to see some of the martial flexibility you mentioned, some of the situational things you can do to add effects during fighting. Didn't you bring that up in one?
Yeah. Like I'm all ready. We'll see where it goes tonight, but I'm all ready to like bust out some new stuff. So I'm very
cool.
excited for tonight's.
Lay down some new tracks. Grant, did you have a moment? Did you have that Qualo's back?
As soon as I stepped back into that velvet glove of a voice that everyone loves to hate so much, as soon as I didn't even make any scatological reference whatsoever and someone made a poo joke, I was just right there.
I think it happened for me when Dax moved up to the intersection, and then you were like, "Hold on, Dax." I was like, "Okay, there's only one show that evokes that feeling." Coming to Dax.
Oh God! Remember his whole introduction? Just
I'll never forget. One of my favorites.
Hitting on Kreska, super awkward. He's like, "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." It's so terrible.
Pulling the flower out of the.
It's also just fun. It's fun because on two different shows, there's a skid show, the Raiders of the Lost Continent. Elli and I role played a flirtatious scene once that was salacious. That was just R-rated.
It's too hot for TV.
NC-17 moment.
Oh my god! And then with Matthew, it was just role playing, having a sexy role play with a nun. It was just, it was just no. It was yes and
it was sexy role play.
It wasn't yes and it was.
You're the nun.
It wasn't yes and it was no. And here's an HR write up.
That's fair. It was an HR write up.
It made it into the binder, the big binder.
The big binder. I was gonna say Wait, now I'm completely lost it because I'm just trying to imagine the things Grant finds sexy if he thinks that the Qualo voice is a come on.
I'm putting myself in the shoes, 4 of them, of an alien slug person, Matthew. So he thinks things are sexy that I do not. Let me show you the first page of the Starfinder and Pathfinder core rulebooks titled, "What is a role-playing game?" It's where you pretend to be something that has a whole different mind than you are.
Sounds like somebody's yucking your yum, Grant.
Yeah,
certainly does.
I have missed the section where role-playing means you then go back and explain it why it was sexy as yourself, in case anybody else missed it.
That's page 3.
Well, I was turned on, so it did something.
How to explain sexy roleplay as an alien?
RPGs, eroticism in.
Let's see how turned on you're all going to be at the end of this combat when only 2 of you are left alive. You started off last week by burning some resolve to heal up after that elemental fight, and then exploring some old offices that look like they've been turned into meditation chambers / New Age art expression chambers. In one of them, there's a dead body, a body that has burn marks, broken bones, but it died by drowning, and it looks like it was placed there posthumously. You try to get out of the door to the north. You can't get out of it, but then you realize this probably just leads out, and we didn't want to come this way, assuming that an assault on the front would have brought all the kish at us at once. You explore a door to the south, and you find this huge manufacturing floor with like automated robotic arms and whatnot. It looks like this was the plant where large-scale weapons were made long before, when the temple was actually the foundry. Then you continue into a room that has a bunch of like cubicles with standing desks and computers, but the computers all have like flowers and grass and other ornamental things adorned on them. Again, it's this kish way of honoring their ancestors. They don't know what this magical box is, so it must contain their soul. Here's a trinket from my childhood. You get in there, Dax turns around the corner, Qualo goes to the south, and boom, you get pot shot by a battle bow arrow. Fight commences. You're trying to find out the source of this. You get all the way to the end of the room, and you see what it is. You see it's this cool-ass looking kish who's got an axe on her back, drops the bow, ends up coming at you with the axe. Meanwhile, Qualo walks along the south and exposes a couple of creatures, which I'm only realizing now by looking at the map he shouldn't have seen by walking to the south. So I gave you a little more information.
I didn't say anything, but I was like, isn't that a wall?
You got me.
I was like, I walked to the north. I didn't see it.
It was my fog of war. It was too dark. But you know what? That's all right.
But he flew, so maybe he could see over the
Yeah,
wall.
it's true.
Oh, true.
I like that. Thank you. I wouldn't, honestly, it would have bothered me for the rest of the night. So now I feel good. You see those creatures. It is those creatures' turn. Let's take a look at them, huh? Ooh, baby. Look at those things. They're like little mini lion monkeys.
They look like they do slashing damage.
Definitely slashing damage with those sharp fangs.
God damn it.
These do not look like monkeys. This is like he's again mischaracterizing something to look like a monkey. That
It's a
doesn't
lion
look like a
monkey.
It looks like an
It's
orangutan in the face.
It looks like an orangutan with a lion head.
But it looks like
Lion
it,
Do
baboon.
monkeys look different in Sweden?
it looks like it's got like a wolf bottom with
Yeah.
a lion
It
head
does
and then
look
like
wolfish.
bear arms.
Can we all agree it's a
like
wolf
walking
lion
like
monkey?
a gorilla.
Yes, I think we can all
More
agree.
like an ape in
It's
that
a
case.
baboon. It's
we-
a baboon with a mane.
Yes.
Like a,
Didn't you all, or I should say, Friss encountered these before, right?
Yeah, Friss, you saw these things skulking about when you made your little solo mission back to the Maze of Ghosts.
Dude, when you were walking with reverence.
But now there are two of them here, and perhaps they're domesticated. Either way, they're going to attack. Let's talk about how they're going to attack. The first one here to the right now, none of you see this, but Linnea is about to see it because it comes flying around the corner, just moving with its hands and its legs to pounce on you. What's a pounce? That's a full attack at the end of that move action. The other one moves 10 feet and then attempts to jump over the cubicles to land in front of Callum.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no,
we are
not
really
Callum.
split right now.
And nails it.
Oh no!
Dude, these
One of
things are
them-
like raptors. is crazy.
One of them is going to pounce on Linnea. One of them is going to pounce on Callum. Let's roll out against Linnea. Listen, I know Linnea is hard to hit. I'm under no sort of confident feeling here that I'm going to hit you with either attack. So don't get too excited when I miss.
I will be excited when you
Here we
miss. You pathetic GM.
Ooh, now you're fighting the dice. Did you get some dice between the last week that we talked, by the way? Just one? Just one?
Did you
D20?
really not? Eleanor.
I
Spend all
put
that
in
money on that
Amazon.
haircut.
I put on.
Did you order from the actual Amazon?
You better not have. It's bad. Better not.
I ordered dice from the Amazon.
They're still not here yet. I don't understand.
They're on a paddle boat up the river.
Carved out of a rainforest tree. All right, first bite is going to be, ooh. I'll tell you what, that might be a hit. Now, with the pounce, it takes a penalty here, so you tell me, is a 28 a hit?
Against.
Against CAC.
My CAC is 28.
So that looks like a hit, Eleanor.
It's a hit,
You
Zony.
still feeling confident, Zony? Here
Yes.
it comes. Here comes the damage. 18 points of damage on that bite. I rolled a
It's
rock.
like- It's like a little bruise.
Little bruise. Let's see if I get a second bruise.
No, that's a miss. I know it.
Oof. All right, that's going to be, I think it's a miss. I don't know how high your CAC is. 26 against CAC.
I just said 28.
Listen, I don't remember.
We know exactly how high. Okay.
So
I don't remember. All right, one hit. I didn't think I'd get any. Now Callum, poor Callum, probably gonna get hit twice. I got a 20. I got a 20 coming
definitely.
here. Actually, while we were
Definitely.
warming up, Sydney, I rolled a couple 20s. You mind if I count those as my 2 attacks?
You know, when you asked, like, how did we feel? Did we feel in the game? What moment? It was
Yeah.
when I rolled a nat 20, because the first time you roll a nat 20 back into it, you feel great. And you all
Right.
made me feel so fucking bad about it.
You should feel bad.
Wait, I thought we were
you
Christmas for you.
practice rolling, and you stole a Mark II ability crystal from all your friends.
I'm Jewish, Grant. You guys are Christmas for me. You mean nothing.
Wow. You just got
nothing.
nothing.
I'm not Jewish. I'm Jewish, but it's fine.
My last name's Berger. I'm also Jewish.
Oh, so we both understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna bite you here if I can. Natural 20. No. You're in the dark.
Wait. No. Hold on. I'm gonna do something as a reaction. Everyone shut up.
Okay.
Matthew, shut up.
Everyone wait.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
Okay. I am going to expend my reaction to use one of my abilities to cause a critical hit against me to become a normal hit.
That's huge.
So all of a sudden,
huge.
Callum goes to block himself as this thing pounces in front of him, and it's almost like time shifts. Like it attacks and it hits, and then time goes back, and then it attacks again, and the attack is weaker.
Wow.
Nice.
how does that feel, Troy?
Yeah. Don't worry though. It's only once a day.
Okay. Thank
Still,
you,
that's
David.
all you need. Once a day's enough.
All right. I'm going to roll out some damage then, which will hopefully knock you unconscious. All right, here we go. Damage. Still just the first attack. 16 points of piercing damage. Imagine that would have been possibly 32. Second attack. Very cool power. Hey, listen, I'm on your side, guys.
No, you're not.
Don't take just because I'm playing the bad guys. I want them to win. Second attack. Crack die. That is going to be probably a miss. 18 against CAC.
Ah, that's a hit.
Oh, no armor.
Gross. Ah, shoot. Only max damage. 19 points of piercing damage.
Jesus Christ.
Guys worried yet? You a little worried?
I'm not feeling good, and I'm also still fatigued. So,
Ooh, baby.
ow.
Where's that well-known Swedish confidence now? Kreska, you're up.
I mean, it was Callum. I handled it perfectly.
I imagine Linnea's watching from a distance though, and just goes, "Oh no, that's bad."
Yeah, when that child dies, it's on your head.
I know, right? Save the boy.
You convinced him to come.
I can't
Kreska.
possibly be up. I rolled a 4 for.
Yeah, you're last. You're
No,
last.
I didn't go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Callum, and then Kreska.
You cheat.
Sorry.
Cheater.
Okay,
Sorry,
I am
everyone.
going to do something else. I'm going to do something fun, I think.
Okay.
I am going to cast... David, I have a question about this, but
Uh-oh.
I am going to cast Inhibit as a spell-like ability, so I'm going to use a resolve point. And when I do that, Inhibit also becomes... Or no, it becomes slow as a spell-like ability. So...
Oh, wow.
You make it see the failures in its reality?
Or,
Is that what it is? Or alternatively, you can spend a resolve point to use slow as a spell-like ability? Sure. I have slow handy right here. So I assume it gets a save, though?
It does. It says an affected creature moves and attacks at a drastically slowed rate, and creatures affected are staggered.
I think he gets he gets will save, though, first.
Question, do you want to take a guarded step before you do that, or do you want to provoke, where it's a spell-like ability?
Oh, because it's right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... I can still cast it if I take a guarded step.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so of course I will take the guarded step.
Which direction would you like to take said step?
I am going to take it... I'm going to get closer to Kreska. I'm going to go... Yeah.
It's really your only option. I wasn't looking at the map when I asked you.
Yeah, I was kind of cornered.
All right, so this, you don't need to touch me or anything. It's just a spell-like ability. And what's the DC of the will save?
16.
Okay, let me get the old will up. Cool spell. You got some cool abilities, Callum. 13 on the will save.
Ooh, nice.
Huge.
So, you can now only take a single move action or a standard action each turn, but you can't take both, and it can't take full actions.
That is huge.
And it moves at half its normal speed.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, that just takes pounce right out of the equation for it, which is enormous. Let me
its
ask you
moneymaker.
this. How many rounds?
David?
I'm checking.
1d2?
It's 1 round per level.
So I would cast it... Oh, wait. 1 round per my level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 rounds?
Yeah.
Or is
So
it
for the rest
spell,
of its
it might
life.
be spell level, actually.
I thought maybe it was spell level.
All right, well, while you guys figure
I'll
that
figure it
out.
I'll figure it out.
We'll
It's
move
probably,
on.
not going to make it that long, but sure.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't like your negative tone, David. We'll see how long it lives. In the meantime, it's Kreska's turn. I'll let you guys look that up.
Kreska, seeing this thing come out of nowhere and pounce at Callum, will slide.
Takes 2 big bites.
Kreska will slide past Callum towards this creature and take a swipe at it with her vest claw.
Interpose herself
Ooh.
between the boy and
That's
the
how
monster.
a captain acts.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
Against?
KAC.
That is a miss. Swipe miss. Swipe miss pudding.
Hold on. Before we go on, though, I just want to retcon that it was both creatures. It was both creatures because I can cast 1 creature per level.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you have
Real.
line of sight on the other creature.
Oh, shit. Do I not?
Yeah,
If that's required.
Oh yeah, the other one is not
the range.
visible.
The
It's
range
tough,
was...
It's tough to say because the normal ability is 100 feet, but the slowed spell is 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels.
Yeah, so
you
you
have
definitely
the-
don't have line of sight.
Yeah, I don't think
You
Okay,
have
so
the
then, never
range,
mind.
you don't have line of sight.
Never mind.
That is a badass
But hold on a
spell-like
second.
ability.
Quick question. You can cast that on 8 creatures and make them all staggered for 8 rounds if they fail their save?
No,
Is
I
that
think...
accurate?
I think the normal spell, yes, but the way this is written, it looks like the ability is just preventing a creature as a standard action. Because this is a spell-like ability. This isn't actually casting the
It's
spell.
not actually slow.
Yeah, it's as if, the slow
Gotcha.
spell.
I'm gonna look at this closely later because that would be sick, Joe.
That would be sick.
Still pretty sweet. Again, we're looking to see how long that's going to go. But in the meantime, we'll go to the top of the next round. And it is Linnea Donovan's turn. Linnea, this thing came right at you, got one bite off, but then right off the armor with the second attempt.
So I'm going to, considering this is a close combat situation all of a sudden, and you have those dumb attack of opportunity rules regarding range weapons.
Not me so much as every role-playing game ever.
Nah, I feel like it's you. It's on you.
Right.
It's on you. But anyway, I'm gonna drop my weapon and pull out my my ribbon. Remember my ribbon?
Right.
And I forgot that I had quick draw. So, and that's on me. And I didn't want to do it the first time around because I know how scared you get, Troy. So I'm gonna pull out my ribbon.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna double attack.
Whenever you say battle ribbon, I think of Will Ferrell and Old School.
That's exactly what I think of too.
Yep. Well,
All right, show me what you got.
double attack. Here we go. Come on.
Okay, -4 to each.
That's a total of 14 on the first one.
14. Are you trying to hit this creature or a creature from 2 books ago? That would be a miss. Go ahead and try with the second one.
All right.
Come on, crit.
Ooh, yes, natural 17 for a
That's a good roll.
total of math, panic, math. Okay, 27.
27. That's
Again.
with the -4.
No,
Yeah.
can't be. Really? Plus 10, plus 10?
Yep. Melee full attack plus 10 plus 10.
That is a hit.
Amazing.
And that's going to
Amazing.
be a total of, they have changed the thing here. 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Linnea has struck.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to Dax. Dax, you are now in close combat with this kish. What
Yes.
do you do?
Suddenly, yeah. Oof. Suddenly, not as defensive as he once was. First thing Dax is going to do is move to the north, falling back away from the creature,
Okay.
which will provoke.
All right, I like that. Good thing you got DR against slashing, am I right?
Shut up.
Shut up. All right, here we go. Guaranteed to hit you.
Guaranteed natural 20.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Guaranteed.
33 to hit.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
This guy's crazy.
Hold on, let me just find my D10s. I always think they're D8s because they look so much like them. All right, that's going to be 21 points of damage. And I am accounting for the archaic property of the weapon. 21 points of damage. Would have been 26.
Okay.
Boom! Kish axe to the face.
Yeah, this guy is no joke.
Yeah, these aren't the Kish that were just running around town doing guard duty.
He's going to drop back into the corner, drop his yellow star plasma array, swift action, hold out his glove of storing, and materialize a carbon steel curved blade.
Sweet.
And then as a move action, he's going to enact his adaptive fighting ability, and he's going to give himself the lunge feat, which gives him a reach of 10 feet.
Oh, nice.
At the expense
Very
of some
cool.
AC. So I'm standing there ready to fight melee, and I've got a reach of 10 feet.
All right, so you're
That was
setting
my
yourself
action.
up for next round if it doesn't step up and kill you. In the meantime, Dr. Frisk, you see this weird wolf lion monkey has come up and taken a bite out of Linnea. Linnea was able to hit it once. What do you do? Also, behind you, there's another one of these things.
I don't know I can't remember if I was able to fully identify these things, but one of the new abilities that he has with the biohacker is he gets a custom micro lab, and it just does a bunch of different things. But one of the abilities that it gives you is it gives you a huge bonus being able to identify creatures. So I figure What it is it's kind of broken up into pieces on his body. There's like part of it on his belt, there's part of it on his wrist, and there's an implement in his goggles that gives a display that's like a genetic analyzer that lets you know like what creatures are, what their capabilities are. So as a move action, he is going to use that and scan these creatures and see what they are. That allows me to take 20 as a move action on identify.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's an effective 47 on a life science to identify these things.
Okay, all right. These creatures are known. Yes, David?
I was going to say, based on my calculation, I think you owe him like 6 pieces of information.
Yeah, I figured he was going to get the kit and caboodle here. These creatures are known as eohais. I don't remember if I told you that or not when you were looking before. It was kind of a tense situation because you were solo and they were skulking about. They're known as eohais. They can bite, they can slam, they can pounce. What does pounce do? It allows them to move up to their speed and make a full attack at a -5 instead of a -4. But being able to move, 40 feet and do a double attack is pretty badass. Beyond that, they have blind sight and the improved combat maneuver to trip someone, so they don't provoke on a trip. That's everything.
Okay, so he shouts all that. It's just like, look, they will jump on you like kitty cats, and which he doesn't like, obviously. And then he's with his other half action. He's going to pull out his azimuth laser pistol and be ready for next round.
Azimuth laser pistol getting ready for next round. He is not in provoking range, so nothing goes to bite him. It is the Kish's turn. Qualo is there as well now, but just fix my volume here. Okay, let's get down to business. It's gonna zippity-doo around the corner, come at Dax. Seeing that it's been able to do some good damage against him, why not continue? Fortunately, it had to move 10 feet, so I only get 1 attack. Here it comes.
And you provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, because of the lunge, right. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a swing
Your own rule against you.
him. On his way around. Now would be a good time for a natural 20. Dax.
Guaranteed miss.
22 against CAC.
That is a hit.
Okay, beautiful. And he does 22 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
All right, first blood on this dude. Or dude looks like a lady.
Dude looks like a lady.
So now it knows, to step up into you. There's some sort of situation there. She wasn't expecting that. She comes at you with the kish axe. 31 to hit.
Hit. This creature's a
Yeah, pretty badass. Not great damage. 18 points of damage.
Qualo is going to mess it up, though.
Hit you with a kish axe. But
I mean, I think I had no choice but to take slashing when you did 30-some damage in the first attack. This creature's a beast.
Yeah, that's why I thought the consolation of you taking 4 out of the 8 you should have taken against the battle bow wasn't too bad. But I see your argument.
It really makes it all better. That 4 HP.
I think
at 4 stamina.
I think it's more than fair. It is Qualo's turn. Qualo, you now see this enemy. It has come out from that little side John and attacked your buddy Dax.
Yeah, and it's a bummer that Dax is in that corner. I was hoping to bull rush him, kind of, and corner him, but that would
just ready it, and I'll move, and you could do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just ready it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Qualo and Dax have their battle rhythm down. Qualo says, "Institute the bull rush attack." Dax! And then just poo shoots all throughout his shell.
What a mess.
What
a mess this guy is.
He's scraping his metallic hind legs at the back, and sparks are flying off of the floor as he's speeding up his back legs to go off like Sonic the Hedgehog as soon as Dax stands aside.
Everything about him is unsavory.
Can you now point me to the page in the core rulebook that tells me why that was sexy?
But that wasn't sexy. That was fearsome.
I'm sorry. I find it so confusing without the explanation.
Okay. Well,
Here we go. You know, some people find that very sexy, Matthew. You ever seen Two Girls, One Cup?
Oh my god.
What an
Next
old
up
reference.
is...
What an old reference.
Oh man.
Do not look that up.
Yeah, don't look that
Kids
up.
at home, do not look.
I've never watched it. I've just heard the music, and I was like, that's enough. That's enough. It is the Eohai's turn.
Ellie, I think it was human shit, not bullshit.
That's fair. Actually, I thought it was ice cream. I think it's
Did you guys find out
Wait, yeah,
what,
we have a
how many
ruling on
rounds?
that. It's caster level based, and
Okay.
since Callum is all Witch Warper, that will be 8 rounds.
Wow.
Bada bing,
So
bada
it makes
boom.
sense that it's one target and not multiple, because that just like really nerfs this dude.
And it costs a resolve point.
Cost a resolve point, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, well, let's get this one's attack out of the way. Going after Kreska this time with just one bite. Ooh, that's going to be a 31 to hit.
Jesus Christ, these are
He hasn't missed an attack. I think these. Well, maybe he did against Lene, but man, these things are brutal. Everybody's brutal in this room.
Almost max damage, 18 points of piercing for old Kreska Letha. The other one will do 2 attacks against Linnea, or attempt
me?
to.
Yeah.
You're standing directly in front of me. It's mostly because you're the enemy in front of me. Here we go. I'm feeling, I don't know. I didn't feel confident going last time. Got a hit. Let's see. See what we got here. Ooh, that's going to be a miss. Second attack. Here we go. Another miss. 20 and 20. Just bite, and nothing on Linnea. And yeah, it'll stay right up in her business. Moving on, it is Callum's turn. Callum, you had a good round last round. What do you got in your old bag of tricks now?
I don't know. I don't want to use too many spells. I'm afraid what else we're going to find down here. I feel like this is just the start.
You don't think this is the boss battle?
No, I don't.
anymore.
Obviously not. I am just gonna. Callum's just. Fuck, I don't know. I was gonna run away. Yeah, that's true to character. Callum's gonna run away.
Okay.
Good job.
Run to the south. Is that your plan?
Yes.
Okay, so just see ya.
Yep.
He's a kid. That's what kids do. They run away
I'm just a boy.
if they weren't raised right.
I'm just a boy in the world.
Kreska, you stepped up, interposed yourself between Callum and the creature, but you paid for it. What are you going to do now? Struggled to hit it last time.
I'm gonna try to hit it again.
Okay.
Again with the best claws.
Ooh.
All right, that's better. 23 to hit.
Against?
KAC.
That is a hit.
All right.
This thing is, imagine, like, obviously it's slowed down, but the one near Linnea is just like, just coming at you frantically. This one is just a little staggered now. One bite, but still ferocious.
And it takes 16 points of damage.
You take 16 points of damage. I should mention these are small creatures, so they don't take
Oh.
up the same space that you do. There's just these like little furry monstrosities coming at you. Do you want to take a guarded step, or you like where you're at here?
You know what? I will take a guarded step because it's staggered, right? So
It
if
is.
if it can only do one action.
Yeah, that's good.
It's true. It's true. It's smart. Okay. New round. Linnea and her battle ribbon.
Yep, going for a dub attack again.
Dub attack, as they
old
call
dub
it.
attack?
And the beers, and the soldier
Here it
beers.
comes.
I have a
And the
very
soldier
itchy
bee.
nose. I think I'm allergic to your attacks.
Yeah, good. And here comes another shot. Crap, 13 on the first roll. But then we have a second one coming.
Yep.
Woo!
There it is.
Natural 2.
There it isn't.
So, I'm so happy about this dumbass die that you forced me to use.
You're the one die you own. The one die you own outright. Listen, it'll come around. It's a randomized toy. Moving on.
Don't explain
It's
die.
Dax. Linnea is very good at not getting hit. Also good at not hitting. Dax, What can you bring to this fight?
Dax is going to first. He's going to attack this creature, still using his lunge ability, keeping it active.
Okay.
We'll take a penalty to AC for future attacks, and he's going to.
So you can just keep that active as a free action for as long as you want.
Yeah, I just have to decide before my first attack of the round.
But it only lasts during your turn. So, I missed that, actually. There was no attack opportunity.
What?
The walk in. Yeah. I mean, read the... Again, I put it in the chat, Joe, but you're just not looking at the chat.
You keep calling it the chat like it's universal. It is not universal.
Okay, well, we can work out a system. But the lunge, you can increase the reach of your melee attacks by 5 feet until the end of your turn by taking a -2 penalty to your AC until the beginning of your next turn. So they're two separate time frames. So
What the fuck good is the fucking lunge if you can't make an AOO against a melee opponent?
While you guys were talking, I added those hit points back to my creature. David for the win again.
I'm really coming
like the
down
way-
on the Troy side of things today. I really need to even it
I
out.
like it. You know, it's important. We need somebody rooting for my side of the team.
No. Really.
So, Joe,
Need is an interesting word.
tell us what you want to do now.
So first thing I'm gonna do is attack twice without lunge. Completely wasted ability and another wasted feat. So first attack miss. Second attack is a 25 to hit, and he'll
25?
do
Hold
21 points of damage
Wait a second. 25 against what?
against CAC.
Barely hit.
I just hit with a 22. Wait, did you get that wrong?
Probably.
Well, you
Wait, no,
took the
22 against CAC?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyways,
So,
how much
and
damage?
then I will, as a swift action, I will enact my haste circuit, and I will take a guarded step.
How much damage was it?
21 points. I'm sorry. Yes, 21 points.
21 points. Pretty good. Almost as good as the 22 that was wiped out by the correction of your feet. Let's move along here. It is Dr. Friss's turn.
Can
Dr.
Qualo
Friss.
act now if I held my action from last time? Now that Dax
Yep.
is out of the way?
Yes, you can.
All right. Qualo, seeing Dax move out of the way, realizes that enough rounds have passed to where he is fully attuned to the photon mysteries of the universe and lets out a supernova blast. 96 damage, baby. Ooh, some sixes in there.
And that is just in the range of this dude?
I have a 20-foot range.
Okay.
I can make it go from 10 to 20 feet at this level.
I'm just making sure Dax or anybody else
Dax is
caught it.
around the corner, so it
Okay.
technically wouldn't backdraft like that anyway. But yes, he'd be
Perfect. Okay.
fine. So that is...
What's the save? Is it
DC
reflex for half?
Reflex for half.
Okay. Let's see what her reflexes are. Pretty good. Ooh, fail with a 10 and a set. Well, I don't know, 17.
That's exactly it.
Oh,
So
Guys,
What's the opposite of a
you guys-
supernova? So-so-nova?
a Chevy Nova.
A Chevy Nova. He unleashed the Chevy Nova.
Skid so fast. So fast.
Super looser.
that's 38 points of damage halved, so 19 points of fire damage.
points
Qualo
of
becomes
fire!
immediately unattuned, but will move directly up to the creature to keep the pressure on.
Got to keep that pressure on, bro. Okay, that is Qualo's turn, and now it's Dr. Friss. Dr. Friss, you see Linnea is kind of struggling with this one in front of her. 10 feet behind you is another one that has been slowed by Callum.
Okay, so Friss kind of throws his back against Linnea's meaty thigh, and having scanned this creature, knowing all there is to know about it, he summons all of his Trencher Acatonian stealth to try to get a sneak attack off on this thing, trick attack.
Okay.
And that is a 26. Is it a
Okay.
CR6 or less?
It is.
Okay. And it's flat-footed against my attack with my azimuth laser pistol.
Okay.
Ooh, natty 17. That is a 28 to hit EAC.
Even shooting around a corner, that is a hit.
Tricky.
Tricky.
And Skid, does that make it flat-footed for other people too?
Yeah. Now that I hit it, it's flat-footed for the entire round.
Ooh, now Linnea's got a good shot of doing some damage with that -2.
And that's 35 points of fire damage.
Whoa, this guy can do everything now. Makes serums and lays out some solid damage. That's your first trick attack attempt since we restarted the show, right?
It is.
Maybe this is a
actually
sign
worked.
of good things to come, Skid. Excellent. It is the Kish's turn. What is she going to do? Find out right after this break. If you're watching it live, there is no break. Here we go. It is going to... what is it going to do? So do you still have that long arm, John? Like if it steps up, is it going to provoke?
No. It's I piled it up into a pile and I've lit it on fucking fire and it'll never be used again because it's a useless ability.
But it's adaptive fighting though, right? So can't you swap it out for something else?
Grant, can you mute his mic?
It is going to...
No. I guess he's fine to move up. And no, it wouldn't provoke anyway especially if you took a guard a step. But I thought you were talking about a bull rush. Was that just were you trying to throw Troy off? Or
I don't know why you're lashing out at everyone on this stream.
I'm just asking because
I
thought that too, but I was like, did he say he was
I changed my
readying
mind.
a bull rush,
I
or
changed
did
my
you
mind
just?
That's what he
because
said.
I changed my mind because of the full attunement that happened, right?
But did you say you ready to bull rush?
At a certain point, yes.
So you can't do the supernova.
Well, then I would have done the supernova after the Kish acted. Then fine, you can take it that way. That I didn't act. I held until that round. You want to redo it that way, or
like that
if
a
you
lot
want me to redo the bull rush, you can.
I just want you to not be a filthy cheater. People are watching this, being like, "Did he say he was ready to bull rush?"
Well, I mean, the fact you weren't quick enough to pick up on it in the moment, Lavallee.
Well, I just didn't want to call you out. I'm like, no, he wouldn't. have done that.
No, Grant, I just thought that with the bull rush.
You didn't want a game master.
Here we go. Well, here's what I'm going to do.
Listen, matchmaker.
I'm counting your supernova, but instead, this Jimmy John is going to charge at you and attack.
Okay. So it has a -2 to AC and to hit against me with its charge?
It would if it didn't have this sweet little thing called charge attack.
Okay.
Now you know the rules, Grant. Now you know the rules when it's convenient for you! Actually, you have to see what this thing does. You can... When you gain the... Oh, you know what that means? I can make 2 attacks at the end of my charge.
Ooh, that's a good.
So charge
attack
comes up, and I still get the charge penalties to my AC, but let's do...
And attack.
It's a -4 to both attacks.
But charging takes a -2 on top of that.
I'm telling you, charge attack is just a -4.
Okay. Got it.
Grant, I'm trying to game master here.
Okay. I wasn't
told
sure
I
because
needed
you
to
weren't
do
doing it earlier.
Kiss axe! Kiss axe!
I love this so much. Now
tried
I'm in the
to-
zone. I'm in the zone now.
Tried to ready a bull rush, and all he readied was bullshit!
Oh! Two koalas, 1 cup.
Natty 19, that is a hit. Oh my god, this thing, I forgot this does a lot of damage. Okay, let's get the D10s out. All right, can everybody just relax while we get some D10s out? First attack. Oh, low damage, 19 points of damage.
Just all regular damage, basically.
All slashing, yeah.
Slashing,
so it just
okay.
comes, charges, Shaka Khan with the second one. Here we go.
Shaka Khan.
32 to hit with the second attack.
Uh-huh. That'll hit.
Okay. What the hell number is that? Oh, again, garbage damage, but still a lot. 23 points of slashing. So just with the attack. And then David, where it's a charge, is it a -2 to my ACs? Does it work like Pathfinder?
I mean, if it works like the soldier ability charge EX.
Doesn't matter. As a
There's
standard
no
action,
penalty.
as a standard action, you can make a charge without the charge penalties.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, after
It's
moving.
just
Yeah,
Badass.
-2 penalty to your AC until the start of your next turn. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, but it's saying the charge attack, you can do it without the charge penalties.
And do you have like an additional ability that allows you to do 2 attacks? Because you have to have an additional layer, which I don't get till 11th level. So that's really powerful.
It's the soldier onslaught class and ability. I do not have that. So Grant, give yourself back the hit points for that second attack.
That's why I was arguing with you, because I didn't think it made sense.
Yeah, I skipped that sentence.
Yeah, it's just very high level.
Yeah, it's very high level. So he makes the charge without the charge penalties, only gets off 1 attack.
The second one was 32
when I level this guy
or
up,
23?
I'm going to take that soldier class. That's a great ability.
After the TPK, when this guy levels up.
Yeah, you watch. So just 22 points a day.
22, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect.
I think.
I feel like there's a dog being buried underneath here somewhere, and that's a Swedish saying meaning that there's something weird going on. Have you been fudging the numbers for these characters? Because I feel like Troy. Because
who are you talking to?
Like your enemies are usually so pathetic and weak, but now suddenly they deal out 23 points of damage, and it doesn't make any sense.
Oh my god.
Now, this is speaking from someone who's on her 3rd character in this adventure. So what part of my enemies were weak?
You haven't killed any of my characters. I killed my first one, and then you did like that bullshit
I killed
thing.
your
Actually, point of order, Frisk killed your first character.
Skid killed your first character. And I egged him on.
Oh, no.
I think
Linnea
somebody
doesn't
buried
know.
a dog under your attempted burning. It's an American saying.
That smells.
When is it my turn?
Oh, man.
When is it my turn?
Qualo right then would have done a supernova there, and now it moves to the Eohais.
Eleanor, can I just say thank you for voicing out loud what is in the head of pretty much every PFS player at a convention. Every round of a combat. Just, when is it my turn? Could you just tell me when it's my turn?
Just tell me it's my turn. All right, the one that is staggered is actually going to move up to Dr. Friss. And that's all it can do. The other one will attempt 2 attacks on Linnea, the greatest character ever created on this show. Here we go.
Oh, it's going to be so tough.
That's going to be close. 29. That's not close. That's just a straight up hit.
It is close, but it is a hit.
Yeah. Ooh, almost max. 18 points of damage there, Linnea. Got to be rocks.
That's your max? That's your max?
Gotta be rocks. No, max is 19.
Oh, yeah, Ellie!
Keep laughing.
Bring it!
Keep laughing. Second attack is a miss. Bite. Let's move on here to Callum. Callum, you've been running away. You run around the corner. You don't see any other enemies. What do you want to do?
Will you let me retcon because I made a mistake before? When I ran away, I was technically withdrawing so I could move double my speed. Will you allow me to move that extra 30 feet?
You know what? Because you are kind and considerate of the other players and the GM at the table, I'll allow it.
Kind and benevolent GM.
Yes. Playing with you is like Christmas morning.
Please, sir, please. I beg of you.
This is
I've
like
never been more disgusted in my entire life.
Oh no, Ellie, wait. I have a plan. Okay, so I'm here now. Thank you so much, Troy.
oh my god,
Now-
please. My pleasure.
Now,
I want to celebrate all 8 days of Hanukkah at your house because you're such
I do
a
both. I do
festival
Hanukkah
of
and
lights,
Christmas.
bitch.
Yeah,
Yes.
so wait. Okay, I'm going to draw my tactical pistol,
Good.
and
I
I'm
like
going
it.
to move up to here, and I'm going to shoot the dog.
Wow. More of a cat person?
That would provoke, right?
I don't
Yeah.
think What?
Yeah, that'll provoke.
What if I move up
But it's
to
your-
here?
There you go.
That'll do. That'll do. Yeah,
Alright.
you got that clean. Yeah, that's a clean shot for you. I'm going to give you a clean shot too.
All right, let's see if I can hit it.
Show me what you got.
Okie dokie. That is going to be a 20 not nat.
20 not nat against.
It's flat-footed.
What are you shooting?
I'm
right.
What kind of weapon?
Semi-auto attack
It's-
piss, right?
Yeah, it's
So
piercing.
piercing.
So CAC, and it is flat-footed. Thanks to Dr. Friss. That is a hit.
Oh, no.
Yes! Thank you,
Nice,
Friss.
Callum.
Okay, so now it is, what is it? 1d6 plus
Huge.
almost max damage. That's going to be a 7.
Nice.
Almost max damage. 4. Wow. Okay. Really sad damage. But you know what?
It's
Great.
a gun. What do we do?
This is a great turn.
It's a child with a gun.
It's just a child shooting a gun. It's still a gun.
I want to say Callum's actually really good at guns, and if anybody saw him shoot it, you'd be like, okay, that kid has shot a gun before.
Ah, interesting.
I can tell
No one
Sydney's,
can see you. You're lost among the cubicles.
and I can tell Sydney's a huge gun nut based off of that description.
Totally. Yep, you know me so well, Grant. That's why we're really good friends.
Callum's real good at guns.
That's how she keeps the chickens outside of her FBI relocation center under control.
No, you know what he does? When he takes it out of the holster, he cocks it in the holster. He does like a John Wick sick move where he cocks it against his body and just side shoots it.
Oh, nice.
All right, that's cool.
I've heard
I
that's
like
really bad though. For the anyway.
that. Wait, do you really do that? Kreska, you're up.
I've heard that real police don't really do that.
License and registration. Cocks it on his cop outfit.
God.
Captain
Gets
K.
stuck on a shirt.
You moved up. You interposed yourself between the creature and Callum. Callum took off, but now this thing is closed on Kreska, surrounding Kreska and Linnea, making it impossible, really, for them to get out. What are you thinking?
Kreska is, you mean surrounding Friss?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying, I can
Don't
get
ever
out,
correct
right?
me again.
Oh, this is a spicy evening.
I'm like the second most kind, benevolent player at your table right now.
Normally, I'm watching Dateline at this time, so I'm a little. I need to kind of. There's a lot of threads I'm trying to follow.
Have you ever heard? I mean, Troy is such a sad loser. I mean, Dateline.
You don't watch Dateline?
Oh my god!
It's so much easier to be vicious remotely, I've noticed.
Yeah. I feel like this is turning Ellie into an internet troll.
After she pledged not to lower herself to his level.
Well, but that
help
was
it.
before the Fox News joke. Now I'm Di Lorenzo 666.
I gotta say, Di Lorenzo 666. Normally we rag on each other's playing abilities or something else silly. You just went straight to calling someone a sorry loser. What did you say?
Yeah, sad loser.
Sad loser. Yeah.
What did you say?
It's like what Joe said. I can't
Leave me out of
control my
this.
anger. I can't control my anger. It's either very hard or none at all.
Oh
you know?
man,
Can I take my turn?
She's very, very sweet until she comes in the night and burns your house down with your family in it.
She'll get hers. I'm not too worried. It'll be slightly more clever than sad loser when it comes to. Don't worry. Oh, there it was. All right, Kreska, what do you got?
I'm gonna charge.
Ooh, charge.
So it's +2 to attack, right?
Yeah, fumble and charge into Friss.
Is there a flanking bonus in Starfinder? It's been a long time since we played.
Yes, there
it's
is.
flat-footed.
Okay, sorry, it's flat-footed.
No, +2.
No?
On
It's a
the flank,
+2?
Yeah, it's a
I thought they were just
+2 here
flat-footed.
to hit.
I don't know if
So
I
I
can
get
play this game.
a +4 to this roll.
Oh. Make it count.
That is 30 to hit.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Good lord, with a +4? What'd you roll, a 26?
It was a +4 on top of my normal bonus.
I was gonna say, did you roll a 26 on a
Did
D20?
you roll a 26 on this
Yeah,
one?
that's a big ol' hit.
Okay, that is 16 points of damage from the Vest Claw. Ooh. And my attacks are treated as magical, by the way, for the purpose
All right,
of PR.
you're a magical fella. End of that round. Moving on to the next round, it is Linnea Donovan's turn.
Woo! I'm gonna
battle
double
ribbon.
attack.
Yeah, do it. It's flat-footed.
Natural 20.
It's been a year and a half since we've played. Do we have Starfinder crits?
We do.
Or
No, we don't.
No,
We have
we
Starfinder
don't.
fumbles. The crits are locked into the weapon and stuff like that. So what? So you double damage
Double
and
damage
get your weapon's critical special property.
Roll twice,
Yeah.
though. It's not roll once and double. It's roll twice in Starfinder.
Okay. Does she know what that means?
Well, she
needs
doesn't
dice.
have any
She
dice,
needs
so I guess
dice.
it's 0 damage.
Yeah. Technically, if you don't have your own dice, you double nothing.
Well, you could just hit the die roller twice and get that result, right?
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Hero Lab, just to add up the two numbers when you die roll twice the damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna break into the studio and take all your dice, and then I'm gonna hand deliver them to Ellie at her apartment with a kiss. I'm gonna be like, "Here you go," and you guys are gonna go back to the studio. You're gonna have none.
Yep.
Wow.
Thank you. See, this is a real coworker. Anyway, here comes my.
She just spat on your dice before she gave them to you during a pandemic.
Yeah,
That's what we all do. We put
Exactly.
things in our mouth like
Here.
bottle caps and dice, and then we.
I would gladly accept them from Sydney. I want her saliva.
Tell me about this damage.
41 points of damage
41 points of damage.
on the first hit.
I'm
by the
gonna
way.
I'm gonna trust your math.
Well, before you do the second hit, because it was a crit, we have a critical effect. It was with your battle ribbon, right?
Yeah, wound.
Yeah, wound. So DC 19 fortitude save, please, Troy.
Here's the thing. Was it really 41 points of damage?
Yeah. 20 plus 21. What's that, Troy? Math genius.
What did you roll?
20 plus 21
Yes, I know, but you rolled a 20 and a 21?
Yeah.
on the damage.
Okay. You outright kill it.
Yeah, perfect.
Badass.
One down. I'll save the save. You have a second attack, but no one to attack.
Well,
Do
I
you
can
want to
use my move.
move?
No, right. I have another one to attack. Well, I'm gonna move up to. I'm gonna then move because I still have my plus 10, right? From
Yep.
Friss.
From Friss, yep, that injection.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move 45 feet up to Dex.
Okay, so you slide up in Dax's direction to go help out with what's going on
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Solid round. Dr. Friss, you see Linnea has taken out one of these creatures and now has taken off, but there's one behind you now.
Okay, so this slowed down thing, he whips around after Linnea kills the other one and like slides his pistol under his arm as he turns to take another shot. Again, summoning from his deep wells of trencher treachery.
And it will go to bite you as you do. 30.
That's a 5-foot step.
Oh, you moved. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so guarded step.
And that's a 31 on the trick attack.
31 is good.
You can't guarded step as part of a trick attack, though. That was something that came up in one of our last episodes.
Oh, thanks again. David, I'm so sorry. Have you helped us one time or ever?
He did
Like
try to just
everything
add
that you
the
do
wound.
is to our.
Uh-oh, the wrath of the skid.
I've actually opted out of correcting a few other things already so far this episode, just to not totally pile on. But this is one that regularly comes up, so I do feel like I should say something.
You're digging deeper,
Right.
David. That's not helping. When you say you could have made us
This is
feel
my-
worse.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, who just we don't need to know the mistake, but who did you refrain from correcting?
You're one of them.
What did I do?
I'm talking too much this episode.
Good answer,
I like it.
David.
I like it. So, Skid, do you want to take the guarded step and do the... no, do you want to take the guarded step to avoid the attack and just shoot, or do you want to do the trick attack and provoke?
It doesn't matter, so I'll just stay there, I guess.
Okay.
You don't. Yeah. Yes.
Well, no, I will. I'll step away just in case of that. Well, no, I can't. Can it even take an attack of opportunity if it's slowed?
No. So it can't. So you can do the trick attack, and standing next to it if you want, but. The relevant thing is you just can't guarded step. It's move up to your speed, then do the trick attack.
Okay, so where it can't take the AOO, you might as well stand right next to it.
It doesn't
You've got
matter.
your trick attack.
It doesn't matter in this case, but I'm still just pointing it out.
It's also a very specific case,
Yeah.
All right, so you stand right next to it. Trick attack goes off, so now attack.
Okay, and that is a 20 against its flat-footed AC.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Friss is hot right now. Red hot. Friss is so hot right now.
Damn.
That's 23 points of damage,
Okay.
and I am going to use bleeding attack on it.
Okay. So it takes
So-
1d6 bleed on its turn, or 1d4?
It will take 7 points of bleed on its turn.
Jeepers.
But it is not flat-footed. It is not flat-footed against anyone else's attack this round.
Okay.
It's a good
Great.
trade-off. 7 points of bleed.
All right, it is the Kish's turn. The Kish is...
No. You missed. You skipped me. I think I was
me look.
before Friss.
oh, you are. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm sorry. It's Dax. You're up.
That's all good. I am going to move down, enact lunge, and then attack from 10 feet away.
Okay.
Twice. Because I'm hasted.
Okay.
So tough to hit, but I have flanking, right? Yeah, flanking bonus.
Yeah, you got
So-
that flank bone.
Got that flank bone, so 2 attacks. 26 on the first attack.
Yeah.
Beautiful, dude. 19 points of damage.
Okay.
And then second attack, 25 to hit. Nice.
25, you're all right. Yep.
And max 25 points.
Wow. All right. The tides have turned here. To the Dax. Do you actually say that aloud? To the Dax.
He says it across the Qualo. We should put that in a song.
Can we
To
make
the Daximum.
Can we make T-shirts that say "To the Daximum" on it?
The Kish is like, I'm still here, you know. We're just planning our next song because this dude looks like a lady is dead. Dead. LaValle.
God,
Give it up.
I wish I could do something cool right
give it
now,
up.
but I can't from where I'm standing. All right. Because of your lunge, it's going to do 2 attacks on Qualo, because then it doesn't have to move.
Hey, wait a second. Hey, I don't
No.
You are so metal,
Axe.
Qualo. You are
Axe.
so metal.
You're right about that. A good portion of my shell is made out of metal.
32 to hit on the first one. My goodness gracious. It's a hit for it's a 20 points of damage. And then second swing coming in hot. Where's that 20? Not there. That is going to be... Actually, this one's going to be close. 27 to hit.
That's a hit. Not everyone has a 28 AC. That is still a very nice AC. I do not have that. So what is the damage?
The old damage, not bad. 17 points of damage.
Nice.
So just axe. Done some pretty decent damage to Dax and Qualo. I mean, you guys got a lot of HP.
I mean, the range is wild. Like 17 to like 29 or so. It's pretty... Oh, well, I guess it was only 10, right? That
Yeah,
variation.
well, and I'm rolling 2d10, so it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want to crit with this. Anyways, it's got a cool crit prop.
And unfortunately, you won't be rolling again with that character.
Let's
It is
see
what it is.
Let's see if that's the truth, because it is.
Can't win them all.
Qualo's turn.
Qualo will attune himself to the photon mysteries of the universe and will ask the universe a question. Does Dax's lunge still enact this round? Do I still reap the benefits of flanking? No? Okay. Great. Well,
The universe says, no.
no. Regardless, Qualo whipped his celestial weapon out twice in flashing strikes. 2 attacks with less of a detriment to each roll. Roll
Was it
two at the
minus
same
3,
time.
minus 3?
-3, -3.
It's cool.
We got a
prop.
19 and a 16 for a total of a 29 and a 26.
Both hits.
Oh,
Nice.
Dude, that's incredible.
Flashing
nice
strikes.
work.
Wow. That
Not
was
great, not great damage on the first one, so that's a total of 25 points on the first one.
that's pretty good damage. Callum did 7 with a gun.
Well, I did 25 and it was my maximum. What is happening?
A little bit
Grant
better.
isn't happy unless he does 70 points of damage a hit.
27 points of damage on the second attack.
27 on the second one. It looks like she is on her last legs here. Yikes.
I took it to the qual minimum.
It is the one remaining Eohai's turn. He is staggered, he is sad, and he has lost his best friend, and he may lose his master. A single tear falls from his eye as he attempts to attack Kreska.
Is this the Eohai, by the way?
It is.
So is this the one that's bleeding from Frisk?
Yes.
There
There you go, Skid. You got what you wanted. A David
happens
correction in your favor.
The beginning of his turn. So
7 points of damage.
how much damage was that?
7.
Is he on death's door? Is that 7 going to kill him? No?
No, he's all right.
Oh, okay. See, Skid, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're even now.
I appreciate that you tried to help
My
me.
debt has
and it
been
didn't
paid.
Work, but, yeah. Oh, no.
Now, my watch has ended. It goes to bite Friss. 20?
Chris or Kreska?
No, I moved away.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 20 against Kreska.
Miss.
Miss, right? Yeah. Garbage roll. Natty 4. Poor thing. Just a wounded wolf lion dog. Moving right along, it is Callum's turn. Callum, is good for 7 points of damage. What does he do?
Can I occupy the same space as Friss and fire my gun?
No.
And I
I
can't
expect that type of question from Grant.
shoot around the
Because he
corner.
knows he can't.
And if I walk in front of Friss, then I provoke.
No, because it's slowed, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have attacks of opportunity. So you could step right in front of me.
You
and shoot
slowed
right
it in the head.
face.
I'm going to do that.
Wow.
There you go.
Now-
ASPCA is going to be on our ass.
I'm gonna shoot my gun.
So you step in front of Friss, lower the barrel of the gun to the head of this thing. It looks up to you.
This child with a
Puffy-
gun. This poor animal looks up to the child. Oh, perhaps the child will understand.
But don't worry. Callum has second thoughts because I rolled an 8. So
Oh, wow. It fires into the ground next to the puppy dog.
can I? I can't. No, I can't. I have one. Okay.
That's not second thoughts. You just missed trying to murder it.
No, he had second thoughts.
You just missed at point blank range with a pistol.
Once he got close and saw its eyes, he was like, "Those are human eyes," and he just shot off. Like he was like, "Oh no!"
Shot Kreska.
Kreska. Kreska, you're newly wounded, and it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna take
limp
a swing with my claw, unless that's not allowed, David.
You don't have claws. Surprise. All this time.
Wait,
All this time.
Abeski is unarmed?
Yes.
No. This turns over my whole reality of the show.
You swing with a meaty paw.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
That will be 17 points of slashing damage.
It's pretty good. Not good enough to kill it. Hoping it can just do a little more damage to one of you before it dies. Maybe Callum.
Wait. Yeah, okay, never mind.
End of round. Next round. Linnea. Donovan. Linnea. What do you do?
I'm gonna round the corner of where I'm standing and then join the gang and stand right next to the Keshka.
Oh, so you go right past Axe, right up next to the
then
Kishka.
And then attack
Okay, with the
My-
old bat rib.
with the old rib. Here it comes.
Huge.
Another 20.
Huge.
Natural 17. So that is and then it's plus 14. So I don't know. You figure out the math. but that's a hit.
31. Finishing
And you're
blow.
flanking. That is a hit.
And that's going to be 1 second while I open up my digital dice.
Digital dice.
Your fake cheating dice?
Yep, 25 points of damage.
25 points of dead.
Man, you just killed creatures back to back rounds in a row.
Back-to-back kills.
Back-to-back kill zonies.
Got me walking side to side.
Skid.
I love that.
Linnea is feeling the red thirst coursing through her veins. All right, big move by Linnea there, Dax. She's just like, step aside, dummy, and kills it right in front of you. It is your turn.
Well struck. He's...
Thank you.
He'll just start moving. David, question. I have no idea. This freaking... what's it called? The...
Door.
Of course I can't find it when I want to find it. This haste circuit.
Yep. I have it up already.
Is it something that I can... It says I can turn it off, but
Yes.
like... Can I enact it again in the same day?
Yeah, you just, it's a swift action to turn it off and on, but it keeps running, and you only have 10 rounds worth on a daily basis. So you can switch it off now, and if you have 6 rounds left, use 6 rounds later.
Oh, okay. So I can use it later today for a few more rounds.
Yeah.
Then I will switch it off. So I've used it for 2 rounds, and I will just start hustling back, hearing the fighting on the other side.
Sweet. Okay. Dr. Friss.
And I can move all the way back up, like next to Dr. Friss.
Okay, well, it is Dr. Friss' turn. Dr. Friss, need a good hit here, and you could take this thing out.
Friss is going to try to get a trick attack off again. Natural 20. Awesome. Wasted.
Oh, there it is.
So
There
he
she
is
is.
going to squeeze off one more shot through Callum Square. That is a 22 against its flat-footed AC.
It's no longer flat-footed. It was bleeding instead.
No, but this is
because
my
of the
new
trick attack.
so
I'm
it's-
sorry.
Yeah.
What is the bonus for shooting through your buddy, David? Is it +4 or +2?
Yeah, it's soft cover, because you're shooting through allies or enemies, +4.
+4, but it was flat-footed against CAC or EAC?
Yep.
Okay,
EAC.
so
Yeah.
that hits exactly.
Ooh, nice.
Nice, dude.
Thanks to that trick shot.
All right. Cover for me.
We got you scared while you count up the dice that you rolled.
We got you scared.
Count that dice and give us a number.
33 points of damage.
Dead puppy dog.
Good job.
So awesome. Dude, that was great, man.
the trench, Gimbona.
I have one thing I want to say before we do anything else. I pick up my artillery gun.
Okay, good.
I leave my yellow star plasma rifle behind. I think I've seen the
safest
best
here.
of it. Its best days are behind it. I'm going to move on to be max 25 points of damage when literally everyone in the party's minimum is higher than that.
You guys took some. You guys took some damage there. Obviously, you won the fight, but talk to me. You got anybody really get chunked down? Anybody into their HP?
No, I will say way more than I expected to, because, man, that feat used to be great. But I took 50 points of damage. But a 10-minute rest and a resolve point will undo all of that. So I will do that. I will take a 10-minute rest, lose a resolve point to get back those
Same.
50.
I'm gonna hold on to that resolve for now.
I don't
Alright,
need the
so-
resolve, but I'll take the 10-minute.
Callum's gonna ask Friss, hey, you speak the Kish language, right?
Do I? Hold on 1 second.
Or can you comprehend it is more important.
Yes, I think we all can, right?
Yeah.
Still? Yeah, we all
Oh,
can.
we all can? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Callum just walks away back to the room where that dead body is, and he casts grave words.
What?
Wow. So you walk back to that body and you cast grave words. Is this similar to Speak with Dead, David?
It's different.
Yeah, you can force a touch corpse to talk to you, but can't ask specific questions or communicate with it at all. The corpse utters random sentences for 1 round with a 10% chance that this information is of some use to you.
10% chance. That's awesome.
And then it says useful information might include like warnings about danger or like passwords to a computer.
I feel like I made Troy do this once in one of our games.
Oh yeah.
Grave
It's a
words?
funny-
What level spell is this?
It's a cantrip, which
Cantrip,
is why
which
there's
is-
a.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's terrible. So cantrip sounds good.
It's fun
But
role playing.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
love
super
it
fun.
too.
Its
I love it
value
'cause
is
Callum is a
extremely high.
kid, so he just like does this, and he's like, I guess I don't know. I guess I could do this, but it like doesn't really work. So he's like, I don't know. It's pretty cool.
You should do it on the baboon dogs too.
Oh, you're right. Okay. That's funny.
Do it at the
I like
back.
you. I like you, Koala. That's funny.
That was just Grant because I didn't poop or talk like a weirdo.
Yeah, that was just Grant.
You know
just
it's
me.
grand when he doesn't immediately poop after every sentence.
That's the difference.
All right, so you touch it, and what does it just start spouting things off?
For
10%
random-
chance of
Yeah,
something
10% chance it's useful. Something like a password or a name. Otherwise, it's nonsense. It says for a round, so it's, your usual in-between turn kind of combo. Not much.
Callum just sits cross-legged on the floor after he taps it on the head, and he just waits.
Okay. So he's dead, but his eyes shoot open, even though it's like burnt and his arm is broken in a few places, and he just like starts spitting up water out of his lungs, and you just hear like fire, water, earth, Zavra, where are you to help me, Zavra? And then dies.
Okay. And he gets back up and he walks back out and he goes, okay, well, I think nothing really. Zavra, is that Kish name?
Zavra.
He's
Have
looking
we heard
at
that name?
Friss.
Zavra. Do we know that name?
Isn't
Yeah.
the Huntmaster Zabra?
Huntmaster Zavra
Oh,
was
right.
the advisor that
Convinced
said
the
we should
chieftain.
lock it down. Yeah.
But
So
he
this-
said fire, earth, water. So what I'm gleaning from that is that he was killed by the elementals, and then the other Kish moved him there as a kind of place of reverence.
That's what it
Perhaps.
seems like.
walking with reverence. And but yeah, this one obviously put a lot of faith in Zavra and thought he was a good protector of his people.
Whoops.
Not so much an evil overlord. Wait, is Zavra the one we just killed?
That's what I was thinking.
Let's look for a name tag.
Does she have a name tag that's like, hello, my name is
A key card,
Zavra.
anything.
Tattoo.
Hey, Callum,
Tattoo.
could you do that trick with this one? These archaic fighters have been rather underwhelming. This one, however, was extremely dangerous, very well trained. Perhaps a leader of some kind.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Here you go.
Linnea is not comfortable with this talking to the dead stuff.
You see Callum sit cross-legged on the ground again, and he just like bops it on the head, and he goes, "You just have to wait a second."
Dax is looking with fascination over Callum's shoulder.
All right, so you cast it on the Kish,
Yeah.
and she says, "Disc to disc, coup, row, jump, yes, yes, yes. Zavra will be pleased." Nice.
Zavra refers to herself in the third person. That's weird.
Yeah.
That is so like, what an egomaniac.
And Callum looks up at Dax, and he's just like, "Did that mean anything?" for
He's
you?"
running. Yeah, he's running it through his circuits. Disc to disc, jump, jump.
Desk.
He's one of
Desk
the
to
youths.
desk.
Desk to desk, jump, jump.
Youths.
Oh, he's training. He's training the baboons. Perhaps.
Or he
don't know.
could be one of the guys jumping to the what were the Forgotten Lands, or what were those places?
Broken Lands.
Broken Lands.
Or playing basketball with Harry T.
Or playing basketball with
Yeah.
Harry T.
Jump,
will take on Harry T in a 3-on-3 from the foul line. You must learn to jam.
Question.
Game of Force.
Question, because I'm just trying to remember past info. Huntmaster Zavra in my notes, it says, is a subordinate of Chieftain Hoivex. Is that correct?
Yeah, so Tiazel and Zavra were two of Hoifek's top advisors. They were like in his council.
Right.
Yeah. Not quite peers, like a step below.
No,
advisors.
they were peers.
Yeah, they were peers,
Yeah.
And they were the two sects that sort of broke off.
Sex.
Sects. You're out of combat. You're in this room. You see a door to the west. You see a door to the north. And obviously, there's this whole room here, which you've just been combating in.
Yeah, let's take a walk through the room and just examine it for anything else.
Yeah.
I'll just do a perception.
Boy.
Ooh, man, 8.
You just walk up to a cubicle and keep walking into it.
It's so funny because like Dax does have a low perception, but it just feels like he always rolls single digits as well. It's a funny combo with
your dice
skills,
roll play
perception.
For your perception.
Yeah.
23 for Chris.
23 for Kreska. So Kreska, you're walking around, and when you get to the southwestern portion of the room, you see like a little horde underneath one of the desks that looks like an animal hoarded it there. Maybe one of these wolf monkey baboons that you killed.
Lion. Don't forget lion.
They're wolf, lion, monkey, baboon. They're just like a lot of shiny objects that really don't have any, they don't look like they have any actual significance on their own, but together they probably could be sold for, I don't know, you don't know what they're worth, but it could be worth a lot of credits. They look like they were purposely put there, but how intelligent were those creatures? Frisk could tell you.
We pack it up.
Pack it up.
Can I actually, I'm gonna try, can I do a culture, I guess?
Well, you rolled so high from before. They're not very intelligent, but they are wise.
Oh, no, just to see how much this stuff is worth.
Oh, yeah, sure, roll culture.
26.
At least 2,000 credits.
Whoa.
Jesus.
All right.
1,000 credits worth of trinkets here.
You got to find the right buyer, but if you ever brought this back to Absalom Station, bringing stuff from like the Najir system, shiny baubles, 2,000 credits worth of junk.
Guys, how long are we taking in this room? Is there any way we could take an hour so I can get the crystal benefits on my cack and yak?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Sure.
Well,
Let's have lunch.
I mean, do we feel like we're in extreme this is a Kreska sort of call.
Captain.
I mean, I feel like we want to search through these cubicles anyway, right? And we're taking at least a 10-minute rest. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like if we don't get the sense, I'll listen. I can listen at the doors to help. But if we don't get the sense we're in immediate danger, I don't see why we can't take an hour.
Yeah. Linnea will guard the doors.
Have a little snack.
Have a snack.
Little nosh.
Okay. All right. So you take an hour, and some of you have burned off a couple of RPs here to heal. I think Linnea's down 2 and Dax is down 1 and a couple of you are down double digits. You look through the room and you don't find anything else of interest. Let me just make sure there's nothing else I can give you if you're going to spend that much time in there.
Anything on the Kish's person?
Yeah, actually. I forgot about that. There is an advanced battle bow, which is unfortunately has the archaic property. Same thing with the assault kish axe.
Still nice.
It's nice. It's nice stuff.
8750 on the battle bow and 13,000 credits on the axe.
Whoa.
Dude, I'll take that axe. That axe is probably an improvement over a carbon steel curved blade, right?
It just does 5 less damage.
Yeah, 2d10 slashing. But yeah, it's archaic.
Plus
mine's 1d10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great. Even with the -5, because you get your strength bone on there too. And it's also wearing some cool armor. It's known as basic hard plate. And I can tell you right now, it's armor that was written for this adventure. It's in like the back matter.
It's 3,000 buckaroos on that armor.
Plus 10 to EAC and plus 11 to CAC.
Wow.
Damn.
Whoa.
plus
how you
3 max dex bonus, -2 armor check penalty, -5 to speed, and it's 2 bulk. It's a level 5 armor.
We take the armor.
Okay. And that's it. So an hour passes, and talk to me, Callum. What ability are you going to add +4 to?
I just wanted to do dex so I can get the additional cack and yak. Even though I'm going to get armor once we go to a store, I think as a spellcaster, if I'm up in the mix and I get hit, it sucks. So
Yeah. Is that basic hard plate better than what you're wearing?
Probably.
She can't.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
heavy.
so it's wonder.
It's heavy. Yeah.
God, I'm so weak.
Maybe Frisk can
the other
whip up
option,
some roids for you.
the other option is, did you have problems with your saving throw DCs? Like, weren't you like, oh, his saving throw DCs seem low, or are you pretty maxed in your spellcasting ability? It's just something to think about, because I thought I remembered you being like, and this is in the olden times, like, DC is so low.
Oh, for my spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be charisma.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, because like an ability crystal would add 2 to all your DCs of spells that are like against other people.
What is your charisma now, Sydney?
It's not terrible. It's a 14, right? It's a +2.
So if you add 4 to that, you end up at 18, which gives you 1 extra bonus spell at 1st through 4th level. So you would have.
I think I might do that because the EAC, KAC, it was 16. Now it's 18, which.
Right, anything
know.
at this level is going to hit you anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, guys, thank you. I'm going to change it.
It's awesome.
Get a Marinky do.
It's a huge
guys-
upgrade.
Yeah.
This is big. This
It's
is
an
great.
enormous upgrade.
That's a
New
big-
spells
big
and
upgrade.
buffed DCs. Yeah.
You're the best
didn't-
person to get it because that's like so much more
That's a
in
huge
combat.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kish have they have skirmish Kish axes. They're called. There's 3 of them. 3 tactical battle bows,
Right.
and
What Kish?
the 3 regular Kish.
Where were they?
Oh, I'm talking about. I thought you guys had such a dummy. The dogs. The dogs don't have anything.
I was like, man, the dog says they decided to go with the bites, huh? Besides, they didn't want to use the axes.
They just had their wallet with their state IDs in it, not driving licenses. All right, 2 doors. What do you guys want to do?
They're Eastamock non-driver IDs. Dax will open the door, or attempt to at any rate.
Locked.
Oh, the end of the line. Is that a door to the north?
Yeah, but I think we should open this one first based on the dimensions of the Roll20 map, which means this is the edge. And then the one to
Classic
the north could go way further. That's my grand
But it's
dungeoneering
locked.
check.
Oh, well, yeah,
you
right. You guys
allowed-
can do your thing.
Are you allowed to do that?
No. In the spirit of the game, no, it's awful. But Grant eschewed the spirit of the game many, many, many years ago.
It's what's known as Bush League, or as you would say, Bush League.
Bushaligan.
Bush League. Door's locked. To the west.
May I assist you, Doctor?
Please. Please, Basa.
Bush
Could
League.
we before we try?
Go on.
I was gonna say before we try, I was just gonna. Can we politely knock? Maybe they would actually open.
Sure, we politely knock.
Does anything happen, Troy?
No.
I age
That's
your
a
roll.
30. That's a 30 against.
It doesn't unlock.
Oh.
Let's try knocking again.
What?
Callum looks to Linnea and he's like, "You want me to do my door thing?"
I mean, it's up to you if you want to waste the spell slot.
Did we try the other door?
Let's go and try it out. Linnea will hurry over to the other door. And
I feel like there might be something cool in here.
The other
Yeah.
door to the north is a single red door.
Whoa. You never said it was a red door.
Once you go through the red door, you never go back.
Yeah, there's no going back after the red door.
I can do my spell if you guys want me to do my spell, because I think there might be something cool too.
No, you do what you want to do. What do you think? What do your instincts tell you?
Well, you know what? I still have all my 3rd level spells. Why not? What am I going to use Entropic Grasp on? It's literally only for objects. So, yeah. Callum's going to walk up.
And you entropic grasp the doorknob, basically, and that just melts it?
No, what I can do is I can make it in a 3 foot by 3 foot radius, so I can just make a hole in the door.
Ah, okay. All right, so you touch it and just burn right through the door. And if you look in, it looks like a bunch of research labs.
Ooh.
It's huge. It's not as big as the room with the weapons manufacturing robots, but it's big. Just goes on, and you don't see anybody in there. The lights are off. After your dark vision ends, it just continues.
All right, let's get in there and get the ability crystal mark 2, and then we'll get out.
Yeah, I'll wander around detect magic.
He'll go in and find the ability crystal mark 2. However long that takes.
Right, you just keep walking until you find that other Mark II ability crystal.
And while they do that, I'm gonna listen in on the red door, the red room.
Okay, roll perception.
My God. 20.
2020. Listen, and you don't hear anything. Very, very quiet.
I kind of want to open, but I also feel like I should wait for the others. Guys, shall we open the door? I can go in first. I feel like I can take them on myself.
I'm sure you can. We just need 1 hour to apply the ability crystal mark 2 that Kreska found in the research labs. So calm down.
Did they really find them?
No, you don't find anything.
There's nothing in there. Crawl through.
There's so much stuff in there. There's nothing magical. Whatever it was used for, its purpose has been lost to the past.
You don't take 2 days to pull the place apart.
Just destroy it. Turn over every thing. Whatever happened, it's no longer of use.
Chris is going to do his thing. He's going to just keep taking pictures, record everything so we can study it later.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Linnea is then going to stealthily open the door.
By yourself?
Dax will come over.
Roll a stealth check.
7.
Okay. You open the door into a small room. Let me give you a little info here. There's a 10-foot long table that's ringed by a couple of chairs right in the middle of the room. First thing you notice, Linnea, where you're up front, is the table looks like it's scored by hundreds of shallow little gouge marks. And there doesn't seem to be a pattern that you can tell. It seems very random, covering the whole table. On the other side of the table, on the northern wall, there's a metal shutter closing off like a 5-foot window. You saw something similar to this in, might have been the Maze of Ghosts, like the ticket window, or even the House of Renewal had a window like that, similar, shuttered. And there's a small sign on the shutter, with writing that you can't read from where you're standing.
I look up towards the ceiling just to make sure that there's no trap. Is there?
Do you want to make a roll for that?
No, I think you should just tell me.
You don't see a trap.
It's only fair.
You don't see a trap.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I kind of want to take up my artillery laser and just do the boom, 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 in the entire room, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna roll a perception.
There's a nursery upstairs.
Oh no, Eleanor!
Oh my God!
Come
Babies
on.
everywhere.
I'm gonna roll a perception for the ceiling.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 4.
Yeah, there's 6 kids just like clinging. Did she walk in yet? Did she walk in? Throw the babies at her.
Fine, I will I will walk in. Fine. Fuck it. I have strength.
You walk in, the ceiling collapses because you rolled a 4 perception. No, nothing happens. It's a small little room with no traps that you can see.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Where do
Can I
Must
see
be
through
the door to the north.
Can I see through the shutters?
No, it's shuttered.
I thought shutter. Okay, so they're not like
Closed. But you do see the sign, and you have comprehend language on you as well. It says the best thing you can make out is like kind of like a "be right back" or "will return shortly." That's the sense that you're getting with your vulgar kish language abilities. Be right back.
BRB. Okay. All right, guys. What do we want to do?
The door to the north. It is our only path.
There is no door. There's just a shuttered 5-foot window.
No, the one back down the hallway, right?
Yeah, with the offices.
You mean the door to the west? No, the door to the north is outside.
Is there another level? Like, if we went back to the stairs, is there another level we could get to, or?
No, the stairs led down to where you ended up fighting the elementals. That door where Dax is standing, as far as you know, leads outside. That's the front entrance.
Ah.
Does the window that Linnea, or the thing that Linnea's at is a window?
Yeah, like a ticket window or a medicine window. You really don't know what they were using this for.
Sorry, is it just me?
Right back.
What do we miss?
Into there? Can we like cut the bars and get into whatever is beyond that ticket window?
It doesn't look like it. You might be able to do some sort of strength check to see if you could lift it. It's totally shut down. Joe,
I'm confused. Does it look like it's outside?
No, you're in like a small little reading room. Joe, where Dax is standing, that leads outside.
Okay.
Have we missed something?
Can I search this room for secret doors?
Yeah, roll a perception.
That is a 29.
Ooh.
Would you look at that? You find a secret door.
What?
It's amazing watching you guys like, I don't know what to do. Until finally one professional role player says, what if there's a secret door up? You know, I'll roll a perception check. Yes, you found the secret door in the northern wall.
I rolled for a trap.
You did roll for a trap, and you rolled a 4. Oddly enough, it wasn't DC 3 to find the secret door. You find a secret door in the wall to the north, to the left of the shutter. What
Everyone,
do you do?
Look at this. I'll listen at the door. 28.
Oh my god.
You don't hear anything.
Yes.
Kreska is so jazzed about the idea of going to a
It's fingering down the
cantina.
modal nodes, Ellie.
Kreska will open the door.
Kreska opens the door.
Oh! Fudge. We closed the door.
You open the door and you see into this large chamber. There are shelves from floor to ceiling holding a staggering array of data pads. The same style and make as those like triangular data pads that you found in the Maze of Ghosts and in the House of Renewal. They line the walls all over the place, freely around the room. There's a small desk sitting in front of the shuttered window on the other side, adjacent to the only entrance that you see, the one you are entering. And then there's a balcony. God bless you.
Thank you.
Don't ever interrupt my flavor text again. There's a balcony ringing the top of the room, holding even more shelves, just stretching across the eastern, western, and northern walls, also covered in data pads. You see on the balcony 1, 2, 3 kish. 2 to the east, 1 to the west, whose loadout I just accidentally read to you 10 minutes ago. And who David made obvious that I did that with his correction of me. So I blame David. To the north, standing on the balcony, is a badass looking motherfucker. And he looks right at you, Captain K. He says, I knew the ancestors would send further demons to test us. We were too weak and trusting at first, and many believed that you weren't demons, but messengers. But why? Why would the ancestors send such strange and foul creatures as peaceful emissaries? And what news did you and your people bring? Nothing besides death of good Kish, defilement of our sacred spaces, and corruption of some of our finest minds. You, points right at you, clouded their eyes and made them think our way of life was under attack. I could see, though. I knew. And when I send you and your people back to our ancestors, you can tell them that Huntmaster Zavra knows, and he stands strong. I will always stand strong. And we'll see you next week.
Oh,
Dude.
powerful, man.
It's about to go.
It's about to snow down.
We'll see you next week. See you next week.
Bye.